Okay, so we are doing the blanket stitch binding again with a little bit better camera view. And I'm going to zoom in when I get close to the corners. So I'm going to take my top thread, I'm going to use black thread. I'm going to put it under the foot, my zipper foot. That's the white zipper foot from a vintage white machine. The bobbin thread will be off to the side here, and my blanket stitch is actually a flipped blanket stitch. When the legs are pointing up, that means the legs are going to the right, so up right is my mnemonic device to remember that. And my stitch width, that's the length of the leg that swings over, is 3.0 mils, and my stitch length is only 1.5 because there's 3 straight stitches and then the leg swings over. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll get that in focus. Can't see really that well because the camera's kind of strangling me, but we're gonna go for it. So the first stitch now is gonna go down into the top, not here, so it's gonna travel straight on the actual top and then swing over. And then when it finally does swing over, this will be flattened down and everything will be fine. So I'll put my foot down, and I'm just going to dial down with my hand wheel to make sure I'm not going to hit the binding. And once I'm almost in, I'm going to do a needle down. Okay, and we're going to make our locking stitch and then take 3 forward. 2, 3, and I believe it just takes 3 and then it goes forward. So 1, 2, and let's see. Oh, that I was wrong. So taking the clip out, and I'm kind of holding that down, but I found that I really like using, get it in focus again. I really like using these tweezers, these red ones that you could get like on Amazon or anywhere. And I'm holding them with the point kind of towards me at an angle. That keeps me safe and away from the needle. And it just seems to work really well. So I'm going to do a needle down. And I'll just use my foot pedal now. Okay. So now I took those 3 stitches forward, so you'll notice my very first 3 stitches did not have a leg swing over. So when I come back around, when I see this leg, I want to be like 4.5 mils away from it for my last swing over. So when I get close to this, I'll take it out. And but I'm going to go a little bit farther, and actually it looks like I kind of want to fix it before I go because I don't like how it's, let me zoom in, it's a little, it's sticking, it's just not going right. So I might just grab the flap and kind of, or I might tuck it in, do all kind of things. Yeah, it still doesn't want to go where I want it to. grabbing the flap all the way. I can't seem to get it where I want it. I'm actually going to hold it there instead of putting the pin in. And I'll put my finger on it, and when I get close, I'll use the red tweezers. So here we go. Okay. And I have my tension up to 5 instead of 4, just so it makes that blanket stitch nice and tight. And I want to make sure that this stays flat so that this foot goes over it. It doesn't push it, because I've been noticing that's been pushing. So I kind of want to make sure that it doesn't push. I could put this there to kind of help, and then as it gets closer I can take the clip out. So I'll try that. Now this is where I can see I'm probably not going to get as close to the corner as I want. So I might have to decide, what do I want to do? Do I want to manually make one long stitch right now so that my third stitch ends up, right in the corner here and into this little vertex or inner corner? I have to think about that. Let me take one stitch. Okay. So I'm going to manually go needle up, and I'm going to, I can't get to my knee lift under there. I'm going to hit the camera. Hold on. I'm going to lift up with my knee lift, and I'm going to bring it just a hair more far forward. And I'm going to just hold my finger there for a minute, and I'm going to dial down. Okay, I think that's good for my second stitch. I'll do a needle down. So I'm actually using the needle down button here. So I'm doing this manually. So I'm hitting it now. And then I think my third stitch is going to be, I don't know. I might have to do another manual. So I'm going to manually do a needle up. And I'm going to take the let me try not to get in the view of the camera. Let me take the hand wheel and dial down. I think I want to come farther forward, so I'm going to take my knee lift again, lift up, and come a little bit. And now I'm going to turn my tweezer the other way. I'm going to dial down. Okay, I'm right there. And so that's my stitch number 3, and I'm going to hit the needle down button. Okay, and now I'm going to manually hit needle up, needle down, needle up, needle down. Perfect. And so now, though, I think I can come one stitch forward, so that I'm going to do a needle up with the button and I'm going to dial forward. Yeah, I'm right there in the corner. I'm going to hit the needle down button and I'm going to pivot. So that was stitch number 1. So I have 2 more stitches. And I can decide here now, and that's perfect. I can do 1 stitch forward and then manually do a back stitch so that my other leg ends up right here in the corner. I think I'm going to do that. Every corner is a little different, but I try to make it pretty. So I'll just do a manual needle up, needle down, and then I'll manually do a needle up, take my knee lift. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to hit the foot. I hit the foot. I was going to pull the fabric forward, but okay, so I'm going to take the hand wheel now that it wants to swing. I guess that's okay. I can lift the hand wheel, take my knee lift, and bring it back just a hair. I'm good with that. And now I'm going to manually do a needle down. And then I'll manually do a needle up, and I'm going to dial it down to see if it looks good. It looks good. And now I'm home free. So I'm going to go back to 1-to-1. Take this clip out and massage everything so it looks good. And I'll just go forward. And all this slack, it doesn't matter because you can see how these little areas like stick up a little, and so that takes up all the slack. Just the fact that I have that, and it creates a really pretty pattern as well. So, and if I do the victory lap, it'll be even more beautiful. Even with the black thread, and notice it matches the black thread on here. It's kind of pretty. So that was my swing over. So I got three stitches here straight. And notice how I have this finger here holding this and this finger on top, but I could again be safe and just use this at an angle. And because you're just seeing the leg here, even if you're kind of going off course a little bit, you don't even notice it because all you're seeing is the leg swinging over, and it's just always pretty. Okay, so I'm about 3/4 of an inch away from this clip, so I should probably take it out and massage things. And this looks okay, I guess. I'll leave it there for a minute. Again, I could take this and hold it down. I love this Janome. I can go really slow. It's really quiet. I can swing over. I can just pump the foot pedal and I can make one stitch. So I could pump it. That's one. Now I'll take this out. So I had stitch number 1. I can see how I like this. So let's zoom in. It's kind of, I'd like to push this up. Yeah, I think I like that. So I'm going to do what I did before and clip this upside down because they go in easier, and then it'll keep this flat and it's holding this piece. In fact, I want to pull it a little bit more. Oops. So remember, I'm on stitch number 1. Oh, I didn't want to pull it like that, like this. And I'll just clip it without going far down. And then I'll hold my finger here for a few stitches. So that was 1. Let me focus. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll swing over and go for it. So again, I'm probably going to have to lengthen my stitches here to get all the way into this little corner here. So I'm going to let it swing back. And I'm going to do a needle up manually. I'm wondering if I should raise my camera. One sec. I'm going to clip this for a minute. And I'm going to see if I can get a better angle by raising this up. It's a little bit better. So I'm going to just leave that clip in for a minute. I'm going to manually do a needle up. So I'm hitting the needle up button. And I'm going to take the knee lift and lift my presser foot and come forward just a hair. And then I'll dial down to see if I like where it is. And I do. And once it's almost all the way down, I'll hit the needle down button. So that was stitch 1. And I think I'm going to be good. I think I'm going to like stitch number 2. But this foot's getting awfully close. So I'm just going to pump it. That was 2. And now I'll move this. For 3, I'm going to manually hit the needle up. And I'm going to dial down. And I do like where it is. So I'm going to hit the needle down button. And I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to hit the needle up, press that down, and needle down. Okay, needle up, needle down, and it's going to take 1 stitch now. Needle up, I'm hitting the button, I'm going to dial it down, and I'm right there in the corner. And I'm going to hit the needle down. That's stitch number 1. So this is just like the last corner. So, and you could see I'm just a little bit too far away, but that's okay. I could push this in because it was probably sticking out too much. I can use this to push it in, maybe at an angle. But I'm going to take 1 stitch forward. I'm actually going to take this out and massage this whole thing. Okay. Normally I'd have my finger there and pushing, but I'm going to be safe and smart. And I think how I'll do it is maybe I'll kind of, I don't know. I guess I'll go like that. So this will be stitch number 2. And then for stitch number 1 or stitch number 3, I can do a manual needle up, take the knee lift, bring the fabric forward, dial down, and say to myself, do I like that? I'll just use the thing here. It's hard for me to use the knee lift with the camera here. That's good. And I'll do a needle down, and then make sure this is over where it should be. And I'll hit the needle up, needle down, needle up, needle down. So I'm just pressing the button manually. And now I'm good. And I can, since I'm far away with my fingers, I can keep my fingers here for a few stitches. I kind of want to push that a little. See all this looseness? That'll all be taken up, and I have my fingers kind of, you know, dispersing them. So let's see. I don't know where I am on my count. Okay, I think it's going to swing, but I'm not sure. No. So now it'll swing over. Okay. Oops, I'm getting close there. I can't really see what I'm doing. I think that was stitch number 2. Okay, now here's the join, and these always look ugly. So I'm going to spread my fingers and then massage everything. So I'm really going to use my fingers, especially that one. Hopefully I can get this to look good. I don't know. It's a tough call. We'll try it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm pushing with this finger. Notice I'm going nice and slow around this join, especially since I have my fingers there. If I push like that with the finger, you could see it kind of straightens everything out. And again, I could put that there at an angle. I'll put it there to pick up some of the slack. I'm going to use my finger there. Just keep it far away. Okay. So I've got a good 1.5 inches there. Let me go just a few more. Okay, so I'll massage that. Yeah, I should be holding this down better. So when it swings over, like if it swings to the right and then to the left, that's when I usually like to stop and regroup once it has finished its leg completely. This is nice and tight. So now that I'm, like a good 1.5 inches away. Let me see how I like this. This corner looks great. I'm just going to hold my finger there. But if I didn't have the fingernails, I would use this. I'll just use this. And I'll go ahead and clip this down farther. So I like everything about this. It's looking good. Okay, and again, it looks like I might have to do this manually. So I'll do a needle up. I'm going to use my knee lift, and I'm trying to push it. Oh, it was caught on something. I'm not sure where I'm at, so I'm going to just hold my finger there and dial down and see where I'm at. That's good. So once I feel it's good, I'll do a needle down. That's 1. And I'll do a needle up. And again, I'm going to manually dial. I guess I'm okay with that. So I'll go down and I'll hit, let me get out of the way before I hit needle down. I'll do a needle down. And I do feel as though this one got pushed forward. So that was stitch number 2. I'm going to see if I can use my knee lift and push this in a little. That's better. A little bit better. So put this back. I still think I could have pushed that in farther. But once this goes down, it might look good. So I'm going to do a needle up. And then I'm going to dial it down. And I'm going to manually bring it forward. So knee lift, bring the fabric forward. Let me do the knee lift again and push this in. And bring this over and down. Okay. I still don't like it, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to dial down and I'll hit needle down. Now it's going to swing, needle up, needle down, needle up, needle down. Let it take 1 stitch forward, needle up, and then I'm going to dial it, make sure. Perfect. Needle down. So that was stitch number 1. It seems like every corner is the same. Look how pretty that looks. So that was 1. So now I'm just going to pump it. 1 stitch. Do I want a back stitch for stitch number 3? That was my stitch number 2. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to back stitch, so I'm going to do needle up. Let me zoom in. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm probably, an 1/8 of an inch, or not even a 1/16 from the corner. But I'm just going to do it manually. So I'm going to hit needle up, Take the knee lift, bring the fabric forward, because remember the feed dogs bring it forward too as I dial down. So I almost want it almost in the same hole. It's not really in the same hole, but I'm going to come forward just a hair. Okay, and then it'll swing over, needle up, needle down, needle up, needle down. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, swing, swing. Okay. Get that looking straighter. So I'm kind of letting it slide through my fingers. Okay. I wonder if I should fix that now. Oh, you can't see it. I wonder if I should fix this now. I mean, it looks good, but then when you want to push this one, you know, I don't know if I should fix it now, you know, because I have all this room to fix it. So let's see. Let me grab this. This is nice and sharp where it can, you know, push it up in there. It's got that flat edge. It's just kind of perfect, actually. I kind of went overboard. But that's okay because I've noticed it, you know, when it gets pushed, it kind of all works out. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I should. So I still got a straight line there. I'm just going to leave my finger there for a minute. Okay, I'm getting close, so I should be safe. One. Oops. This one's not going to make it. That was 1. So I'm going to have to do some back stitching here. So I'll show you how I do that. So that was 1. And then 2. And then I'm going to let it go 3 and swing. And back. So now I'll let it go 1. For 2, I'm going to manually lift up. Let me zoom in. So for 2, I'm going to do a needle up. Let me think. Yeah, because I have to make it long. Needle up, knee lift. Oh, I think it's caught on this clip. Lift up. I have to make this long, like almost into the corner because I'm going to back stitch here. So let me dial down. Okay, that was too far. That's good. So now I'll do a needle down. Now manually do a needle up, and now this is a normal back stitch. It's like I'm making a triple stitch. So I used my knee lift, pulled the fabric forward because I want to go in. Oh wait, this is 3, I think. Because now it's going to swing over. If I do a needle down, yeah, it's swinging, but that's okay. That's fine. Needle down, needle up, needle down. I think I went in the same hole. So now I'm going to do 1 forward, dial down. That's fine. So that was 1. We're going to pivot. So needle up, dial down. That was 2. Needle up. Going to go back. I'm not using the knee lift now. I'm just using the, just go back. I'm going to go there. And that was 3. And swing. That's good. So now we're kind of home free. So I'm going to just kind of, I'll put my finger there. Let's zoom out. Because it looks like it could be pushed in right there. So I'm going to just kind of ease it. 1, 2, 3. So my eye is just always on this side here. That's where my eye is. It's not really on the needle. It's on the side of the foot, like the front right side. So I'm getting close, like 1.5 inches. So let's take this off and massage. I'll come down here. I can actually use this to pick up some of the slack. See, I don't have to worry about any rippling because the nature of this stitch, it takes up all that rippling. So now, I don't want to stretch this too much. So I'm going to hold my finger on it and try to make it pretty for the ending. And I'm going to just spread my fingers to help there. Let's use this again. Put it right there where it needed it. Put it there where it needed it. See, all that slack is being taken up. And when I get close, so it looks like I can get 2 more legs in. Yeah, this might work out perfectly. Let's zoom in. So it looks like I might get a leg right in the middle there. Hopefully. Let's move these threads out of the way. I don't know where the bottom one is. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. But let's see. Swing back. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Oh my gosh. I lucked out. So now it's swung back. Now I could take one more stitch, just do like a needle up, needle down, and then, oh, that didn't come down well, hit my back stitch button here, because the back stitch button will make a knot, tie off. Focus. So I'll hit the back stitch button once and then hit the foot pedal. So there it did its tie off, like 4 stitches. It kind of goes back really tiny, then forward and back. I'm not sure. It's real tiny. I really love the tie off on this machine. So I'll do a needle up and then make my threads really long, and I'll bury them. That is just gorgeous. I'll move these threads out of the way. These will be hand stitched like in my other video. And for this, all my threads are black. Everything is black. So I could knot and bury these 2 top threads on the front if I want. And then knot and bury these 2 bobbin stitches on the back. So there's the back. And if I do a victory lap, that victory lap is going to come like right here. It'll be 1/8 of an inch away. So I'll knot and bury this. I'll just do it real quick. 2 fingers this way. Bring them around. Well, they're kind of short. Squeeze. Grab the loop. Grab my snagget. You want to go like 1/4 inch away, but you want to, if these are separated where they came out of, you want to go 1/4 inch away from their center. So their center is like right there. You want to go put your needle 1/4 inch away from that center. And then pull this tight around the needle, and then pull the needle out. You got a knot. But then you want to put the needle in between those 2, and you usually want to go underneath a thread. You don't want to go in a hole that's already made. You want to kind of go, I can't even get my needle in there. I'm trying to go like through the batting, just without going to the front. So I'm going to see if I could get more light here without glare. I think I'm good. So I'll snag that. What you do is you snag it and then you push it in to get a loop that you can pull to give yourself slack, and push it the rest of the way. My right hand doesn't work well. I'm a lefty anyway, so you want to pull it out, not towards yourself, but I usually keep them doubled up when I snap it in. It just makes it stronger, and then I pull them out grab your snips, and don't close your snips, just put the thread in the fulcrum there, close down, and bring the thread back to that fulcrum. But I didn't come out of a good spot, actually. Oh well, I can see it there. I'll just massage it in. And then on the front, like I said, I could bring it to the back and bury it in the back, but look, they're so close to each other. I could easily bury that in the front. So, let's just put this over here. So, two fingers away, and I'm a lefty. Twist, bring the thread, squeeze, take the loop, pull it through. These are right here, so I can go a 1/4 inch away anywhere because they're right on top of each other. You don't want to be right on top, like you want to leave a 1/4 inch, 1/8 to a 1/4, I should say, because otherwise that knot could come out, you know. And so from here, I'm going to go 1-to-1, what that does. I really can't see that. But I'm going to go, oh, there's kind of a knot there. I think what happened was I didn't pull the bobbin thread enough. I'm going to have to try and go like right where it came out of and then sideways to maybe try to pull everything in. I don't want to go in a hole that was already made, but I'm going to, well, I don't know because of that knot there. There is some sort of a knot there. I'm going to actually go under the binding right here. So I'm going to cheat. It's actually not cheating. It's probably a good idea. But I'm still right, you know, like right where these threads are coming out of. But I'm going to just take it through the binding there. And then snag it. I think I should be good with that. If I could see what I'm doing, which I can't. Ugh, I can't see. Okay, and then I'll push it and get a loop. Give myself some slack. And again, I'm going to pull it and snap it in. Perfect. So that really was a good idea to hide it under the batting there. That really worked out quite well, actually. And so now you pull on this. Now it's really easy to get it up in there and just pull the thread back. So I never close that. You never want to close these because you could cut your fabric. That should go in. So there it is, and you know, for a long time that I've been doing them, just leaving them. Of course, I'd hand stitch these, but I have a lot of videos on that in the playlist. And but I'll go ahead and do the victory lap with the bi-level foot. And I've been changing up on my distance. I think I'm, well, because it's, you don't want to be touching the legs, but you don't want to be too far away either. You want to be like 1/8 of an inch away, or 1/16 to 1/8. So what I've been using then is the bi-level foot, but I have to use the brother shank adapter on my Janome here, because that bi-level foot is really made for the brother machines, even though they say it's for everything. So this is a brother adapter. You know, brothers usually have the white thing here, but this is just from Amazon. This one has the black button, but there's also one that has just a hook that comes out. I have that one too. It's on one of my singers. And these have the holes at the top, so you can just slide it in without taking that off. If I could get it in there. Okay. When I tighten it, I put my finger here. Even though that bar is so strong, like this machine was made really, really well. So I'm going to start, I'm not going to start in the corner, because I don't like my corners to look bad. I'm going to start maybe 2 inches or so from the corner. And sometimes it's easier to put the foot on when you're on a unlevel surface, because it's a bi-level foot, and then now it's kind of level. Okay. So the left side is down. I think I might have shown this in the other video, but let me show it again. The left side is the side that sticks down, and it sticks down all the way up. It is a nice foot, but if you use it with the Janome shank, it hits the back here. Even with this brother foot, it comes close, but it's better. So we'll do that again. Lift up. Okay. Now this one I have saved also. So in my Janome, I have to be in mode 2, which I am, but I was in one of my saved patterns, the flipped blanket stitch. So to get out of this, I usually hit this button for fonts, just to get out of it. And then mode 1, mode 2, and then pull up the memory slots. M1, you keep hitting it. That's my serpentine. It's a zigzag that I had to program in because the Janomes aren't good on this machine. The serpentine is not good. So that's my serpentine. Okay, this is it, I believe, here. So TOM brings it out. So my stitch length is 2.5, which is good. It's real pretty. And my width is 2.0. That brings it really close to the blanket stitch, and I think this is the one I've settled on, 2.0. Let me zoom in. So when I hook this in, this comes down. Let me do it where there is a leg to see. Okay. Okay, so let me take the camera off for a minute. Let me focus it. So you can kind of see where that black leg ends and the needle is, it's like 1/8 of an inch away. It's really close. So I guess this would be the center, but it's really not accurate because I'm using a different shank and everything. But so I'm, left of center. Center on my machine would be 3.5, but so that's what we're going to use then, is the 2.0 stitch width. So now I believe, is this the one that does not make a tie? But if you hit the back stitch button here, it will make a tie on. And if you hit the back stitch button when we're done, it'll make a tie. And that's because we're in this, let me zoom back out, we're in this mode 2, we're in this saved, where I have saved patterns. My saved patterns, we're only allowed 5 on this machine. But it does make a back stitch, the ones that I like, when you hit the back stitch button. So I'm just going to zoom in for a minute. And I'm actually going to do, so I have both my threads off to the side. I'm going to do a needle down, because my machine, you can't program it to be needle down. That's how old it is. And now I'm going to hit the back stitch button right here to do a tie on. So I'm going to hit the back stitch button and then hit my foot pedal. Okay, so that's its tie on, and so here we go. And I'm just going to keep it locked up against the edge there. And I believe when I get to the corner here, I believe I figured that when, I could be wrong though, when this back ledge, this ledge in the back, is level with this binding, that's when I can pivot. But I'm going to stop it before that just to make sure. Okay, right now this binding is level with the back of this opening, the opening there. And I'm definitely not far enough. So let me go one more. So I'm just pumping it. Now it's still not level with the ledge. It's almost level with it. I might have to do a half stitch. I'm just going to pivot and see. Okay, that was it. That was it, because I'm lined up here with this foot. Oh, that doesn't look good. I wonder if I should go back down to a 4.0 on my tension, because that does not look good. And I just wonder if I'm too tight. I'm going to go back down to 4.0 on the top tension. It was on 5. It almost looks like a straight line, as if it's pulling it up too much, but it could just be the thread. This is Permacore. It's not Omni, which I usually use Omni. When this Permacore is done, I'm going to get Omni in black. So I just have to make sure, I have to keep pushing gently to keep this pushed up against the edge because I tend to go off when I'm not paying attention and the camera's in my way, so it's even worse. Okay, that one I probably went too far, just ever so slightly too far. I think those stitches look better, but I'm happy with that. That's okay. I didn't go too far. Okay, I'm going to zoom out 1 to 1. So I'm kind of letting it slide through as this finger here is giving a little bit of pressure. Go slow. I'm pumping the foot pedal. Definitely am not far enough. Perfect. So see how I'm guiding it with this hand, and normally you'd have your quilt like this, you know, holding it with your left hand. But I'm letting it slide through on this one as this one's putting gentle pressure to keep it butted up against there. Pumping. Let's see where I'm at. I probably could have come a little bit more, but I'm going to go with that. It's really scary to make your victory lap in black thread. You know, you got to be a really good straight sewer. So I'm going to hold these threads out to the side so that I could see when I'm coming up to meet them. And I'm going to go a few stitches beyond them. And this thread here will let me know that. And I'm going to just peek and make sure I'm on target. It looks like I am. This is the scary part, that you have to make sure. I'm going to lift up, because you can't see, you know, it's not a see-through foot. I'm kind of right on 1, 2, and I'm going to back stitch or hit my back stitch button and then hit my foot pedal and it'll tie off. Yeah, I was off a little on that, darn it. So if the camera weren't in the way, I probably could have done a better job. And I can actually try and take those out and just manually knot and bury that. And again, if it were the same color as the binding, it wouldn't be as noticeable. And you think, oh, should you start in the corner, you know, and then you wouldn't have this issue. But it might be even worse. Maybe your corners aren't going to meet. So I just think I should have done a better job of checking it when I was lifting. But it's not bad. So, to make these long, and then I would knot and bury those as well. So there's my victory lap. Let's zoom out. Oops. Looks like I went crooked there. Maybe I don't like this thread. It just doesn't look as good as it normally does. Now, if you recall, I loosened the tension. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. I was a little off here. A little off. My beige one was so much prettier. Geez, this side is better over here, even by the join. And there's the back. So it does look like it's, and this actually isn't black. This is a dark gray. But it just kind of looks like a finished border or something. I don't know. I think it just looks really nice. And when it blends in, it looks nice as well. So here is other one. This one. And this was with the Omni thread. It's just so pretty. Let's see if I can. So there you go. So, like I said on my last videos, I've done several now. The blanket stitch is my favorite, the flipped blanket stitch, which is the one we just did. So here's the victory lap that we just did. So here's the regular, just a flipped blanket stitch. It's our first step. And then here's the flipped blanket stitch with the victory lap. Here's the bi-level focus. This one just has one stitch. It's the bi-level foot, and all of these, all of them except for the stitch in the ditch one. This is the stitch in the ditch one. All of these, the binding is stitched to the back first and then flipped to the front. The stitch in the ditch one, the binding is stitched to the front and flipped to the back. So I just like when you flip it to the front. I have more control. I don't have to glue it. I just, it just makes it prettier. I don't really care for this one. This is the applique type blanket stitch. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't feel like it gives as good a look as this flipped blanket stitch because of the little dots that it makes on the binding. This one is like, you figure it makes your victory lap and your blanket stitch all at the same time, but I don't like how close it is. And then you think, okay, well then make your swing over bigger. Don't make it 3 mils. So then this straight line will be farther in on the binding. But I don't think it would be strong if you had a really long swing over. This one, you know, is 3 mils, just like these were. These two and this gray one. So, yeah. It's just, you know, it's a tough call. Put them like that. And then, of course, this one, the stitch in the ditch one that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people do. My back always looks uneven. And you can't get it even unless you glue it. And even when you glue it, let me zoom out. Even when you glue it, you can have issues. Because then when you glue it, you can't adjust it, but you can't see it anyways because it's on the back while you're stitching. But look how uneven it is. And there's a lot of times where you barely catch it, especially in the corners, you know. And then you're like, oh, well, just hand sew your corners first. Well, yeah, I've done that. And that's a little scary too. You can't adjust it, but I didn't finish this one. So I think I'm just going to keep doing this blanket stitch, and then if I have time, I'll do the victory lap along with it. And then if I want to just be in a hurry, I'll do this one using the bi-level foot. So there you go, guys. Lots of choices. We always have choices, right? All right. Well, I think this will be my last binding video for a while. I've done a lot of them, and so many of them I haven't even posted because there's too much to edit. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.